Dear Lady in Heaven, shield me now. 'Twas never a man's destiny to die before his day. All right, what's up, y'all? Robin Hood slayeth Guy of Geesbourne. This is quite an exciting chapter. Robin Hood and Guy of Geesbourne, they duel, they parlay, they parry, they sword fight, right? It's quite an epic fight. I think one of the most striking moments is when Robin Hood falls on the root and he asks, he invokes the Blessed Mother to come to his protection, and then immediately bounces up, dodges a blow from Guy of Geesbourne, and slays him. He actually runs his sword up through him. It's pretty violent and gory, right? But Robin Hood even says, Guy of Geesbourne, I didn't want to do this. You forced me to do this. Guy of Geesbourne is a mercenary. He's a hired gun or a hired sword, right? He's a killer. He's really just out to collect the money, the bounty that's on Robin Hood's head. So Guy of Geesbourne, in a sense, does ask for it. Robin Hood has to kill him reluctantly, not because he wanted to, but just to preserve his own life. Going off of that, or pivoting from that brief mention of Robin Hood praying to the Virgin Mary to ask him, in the previous chapter, we also get mentioned that Friar Tuck now holds mass for the merry men. So I think it's pretty cool to recognize the merry outlaws, even though this you don't really see this in the cartoon too much, is that they're Christian and that they're prayerful men. They may be outlaws, but they're still Christian brethren. So I think that's worth noting when we think about who the merry men are. And then finally at the end, Robin Hood has a brief moment with the sheriff. The sheriff actually believes that Robin Hood is the one laying there in the dirt. Robin Hood has taken his cloak and laid it over Guy of Geesbourne and put on Guy of Geesbourne's deer hide cloak and disguised himself to make the sheriff think that he is in fact Guy. He rides with him and then has a brief moment, and like Robin Hood always does, kind of shows the sheriff up or mocks the sheriff just a little bit before he runs back off into the woods. All right, folks. I hope you're enjoying Robin Hood. It's an exciting story. It's really good. Looking forward to the coming chapters. For your writing assignment today, I'm gonna throw something completely different at you. We're going to step away from Robin Hood for writing today, and you're gonna write about your class. I want you to write a paragraph in which you talk about your class. Specifically, I want you to talk about the good traits or the good characteristics of all of your classmates, okay? I want you to tell me something about your fourth grade class, and then when it comes time to giving vivid details, giving examples, I want you to mention one good detail about each person, okay? So the topic, where you're gonna have your topic sentence, is what makes the fourth grade class so wonderful. And then you're going to go into when you're giving vivid details, when you're showing me, as opposed to just telling me you guys are awesome, you're showing me things. I want you to show me all the great characteristics of your classmates. And make sure you mention everybody. And don't say things like, Billy's got cool shoes, right? Say things that are actually about the person, not about, don't be materialistic. Don't talk about things that they own or, things that have been given to them or things that their parents do or where they've gone on vacation. Nothing like that. Focus on things that are truly about the person, about their heart, about their mind, about who they are as people. And there are so many good things to say. You could write volumes, you could write anthologies, book after book, about how great each one of you are. But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to take those things that everyone writes, I'm going to make a list, and in one of our last videos before Easter break, I want to read it all to you, because I was being apart and not having as much community as we're used to having. It's easy to get a little lonely these days. I'm lonely. No, I just want you guys all to stay connected to each other, and I want everyone to remember how special they are to each other. So write about the class, write about how wonderful everyone is. I'll take notes on it, and I'll mention these positive things that everyone has to say in a video before we leave for Easter break. So I still want you to read the next chapter of Robin Hood, which I believe is chapter 13. Let me pull it up real quick. how Robin Hood fought Guy of Geesbourne was the previous chapter. Excuse me, that was chapter 9. I'm way off. I want you to read chapter 10, how a beggar filled the public eye. So read chapter 10 and write a paragraph about the 4th grade class, exalting your classmates for all their wonderful attributes. All right? God bless.